And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome in to Chad, to Kim, and to Metal Hammer over on YouTube, and to everybody watching on Twitch as well. I hope everyone's doing very, very well today. I am knackered, I've got to be honest. Spent all of yesterday moving my stuff into my new recording space. It's my sleeping space as well, but it is my new recording space. I hope everyone is doing very, very well today. Welcome in, Lord Cooler, in lovely London. I hope you're having a fantastic time over in London. Now, we do have a little bit of choice to make before we get started. I should have done this before. Going to run a very, very quick poll. I've got two different hidden power choices for the Dodrio, fire or ice. Now, we're running Dodrio because it's a very simple run. And it's a lot easier on my brain than doing something a little bit more complex. I had a very difficult run recorded this morning, so that one is now ready to go. That's coming out on the 30th of October. And we shall see, just in a couple of moments, what the hidden power type will be for our Dodrio. Choice between ice and fire. Fire for the steel types, ice for the dragons. And 50-50 does make it a little bit tricky. We're as bad as me for making decisions, so please do get your votes in. Next couple of votes, I'm sure, will decide which hidden power type we are going for. We could easily run both if I've got the energy after the first stream as well, or after the first run, I should say. But I can see benefits for either. And it's looking like I'm going to end the poll there because a decision has been made. We're going to be running fire first of all. Let me make sure I've got the correct Dodrio loaded for hidden power fire. I've come prepared. I had one of each made up. We've just got to wait for OBS to catch up now, and let's reset the resets. And as soon as OBS decides that we have a game screen, we will be able to go. So let's get this run underway. Auto time is working. Everything is looking fairly good. So hidden power fire will definitely help out with Jasmine. And Kim, thank you so much for the 26 months. Whether Mix It Up will acknowledge you or not is a different matter, but thank you so much for 26 months. I'm glad the audio is perfect. I've got a little dehumidifier running in here because I'm on the edge of the building and it gets very damp without the dehumidifier, and it does make some background noise, but I'm hoping that I've been able to negate that noise. Yeah, hidden power ice would definitely make Lance easier, but hidden power fire will absolutely make Jasmine easier. Jasmine easier? Jasmine's Steelix easier. Why fire over ground? We have no need for hidden power ground. Absolutely no need. We're demolishing our attack DVs because we've got something to hit the ghosts, and Steelix's defense is so high that you're better off going for fire because it's got no special defense. This is something we have learnt over the course of 3 years running Dodrio off and on. Ground is bait. Exactly, 200 physical defense and 60 special defense. And you've got to remember 60 in special attack is not bad. It's just outclassed by the absolutely whopping 110 in physical attack. We've run Pokemon with 60 special attack as our main attacking type before. Yep, fire is special. In Generation 2, hidden power follows the physical special type of the type as opposed to it being the move. No, we don't want to learn how to catch Pokemon. We're going to be catching as few as possible. Thank you very much. Always maximum power unless stated otherwise. It is in the overlay, 70 power. I agree there. I think hidden power being based on type and having it either being special or physical was definitely an advantage. And we're a medium fast today, so we're going to be struggling for levels early game, but by the time where it really matters, our levels should keep rocketing up. I also have good news. I've recorded all of October's challenge runs now. All 13 of them are sitting waiting to be edited. Bloomin' Sand Attack. Bane of my life. I'm going to get some easy experience here of Bugcatcher Wade. Almost but not quite level 9 as we go into Falconer's Gym. Welcome in, Malisalis. I hope you're doing very, very well today. Nice crit there to get us started against the Spearow. We can move on to the Dodrio, to the Pidgey. Would have been nice to see Falconer have the Doduo line. Would definitely have proven to be a bit more of a challenge than having Pidgeotto. We shall do the Falconer special here of a potion and a berry. And we'll take him on. I'm not foreseeing too many issues here. Exactly, no Mud Slap. And a critical hit to get us started. I don't think we even needed to do the potion and the berry. Zephyr Badge in 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Let's get that call from Elm. And let's ignore the Togepi for another run. I really should go through the old save files at some point and see if we've got a random shiny Togepi in the egg. Because we've got hundreds upon hundreds of save files by now. We're probably at about a 10% chance of having a shiny Togepi. If we keep doing this for another 5 or 6 years, we might eventually hit full odds for a shiny Togepi. Grab that super potion there. We'll skip these trainers. I've got the save files for virtually every challenge run I've ever done. There are only a couple of kilobytes on the hard drive, so I keep them all. Because they're really good to go back to as well and check certain stats. I feel like reminder emails should just be standard for literally everything in life. There's our Kenya. Oh, we've been Hiker Anthony today. We could actually get KO'd here. Oh dear. That wasn't on the cards. Should we pretend Hiker Anthony never happened? I didn't save before him because I didn't think we'd be caught by him, and I thought if we did get caught by him, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll call that the one mistake we're allowed on the run. You do spy a squidgy somewhere. I'm in a different room to where I used to be. Thank you, Joking Alpaca, for joining at Great Ball. That is incredibly kind of you. And excellent timing as we are catching the HM friends. I tell you what, I will call our Psyduck Joking, because I won't be able to fit your full name in. And let's catch our Paris as well. And with the HM friends caught for another challenge, we are going to go back into Union Cave. Get ourselves Swift. We'll get ourselves back out of here. Growlers. Hiker Anthony as we go past. And now we will Swift our way through the next gym. We just got rid of Fury Attack. There is reason, yes, as to why we backtrack. We run the risk of many encounters because the rappel's not long enough. So it's, in theory, quicker to backtrack and grab Swift and escape rope out, because then your rappel lasts long enough for most of the Slowpoke well as well. Welcome in, Jeva. Never apologise for being late. We'll do full trainers in this gym. There's no reason not to. We're super effective against it. And all the levels we can get will be absolutely wonderful for Whitney. Delicious experience there from that Beedrill. And now let's take on Bugsy, second gym leader. Bug-type specialist of Azalea Gym. Leads with Metapod. Two-shot on the Metapod, probably going to be a one-shot on the Kakuna. And then probably a two-shot on the Scyther. Yeah, two-shot on the Scyther. Bugsy's defeated Hive Badge in at 10 minutes and 2 seconds. If I do another one, it's just going to be Dodrio again. I reckon Peck's going to do more damage against this Ghastly than Mudslap. At the moment, I am very much feeling end of the line runs. I'm sure that'll change again. But I did 3 years of mostly evolving runs, and a change is as good as a rest. Let's get ourselves through the forest now. Messed up movement slightly there, so we are running the risk of an encounter. Well, I wish you the best of luck for the placement, Gemma. I hope it goes well, if it does come to fruition. Maths and I do not get along well. I use intuition and nothing else for challenge runs. First tile for Abra today. Nice. I really think as well Dodrio should learn Headbutt. It feels like it should. It's got 3 heads. Exactly, it is better than nothing. It's better than a poke in the eye with a burnt stick, as my gran used to say. Should learn try Headbutt. I do like the idea that it gets confused and would argue with itself too much, which is why it wouldn't know Headbutt. We've already got 60 attacks, so yeah, we can skip super effective moves an awful lot and just use the neutral ones to skip a text box. Which over the course of a run does add up. Even the Bumhead Fireduck could not withstand our pure power here. I don't know why I'm picking up the Quick Claw. I doubt there's going to be anything faster than us. Although that Weedle could have come close. Let us get ourselves Dig. We'll teach that to Paris fairly soon. I have skirted the corner of the grass twice and had first tile encounters. That's very rude, game. Yes, please. I love try attack. I like to think it just uses its heads as Steel Wing. Steel Wing is Rock Tunnel and Silver Cave route. So unfortunately it's too late in the game for Aerodactyl. Welcome in, Sam. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for the tackle, Sam. An equivalent 120 power base power move at this point in the challenge is absolutely ridiculous. We're going to one-shot this Clefairy. 2 or 3 shot the cow. We win fair and square today. Playing badge in 15-17. Let's get ourselves up to a critique. One day I'll get the timing right for Juggler Irwin there. Today is not that day. That is true. At least Whitney does only cry. She doesn't send you on a wild goose chase through a whirlpool. Well, thank you for watching 20 of my videos. I am very glad you call them awesome. I will trust your judgment with a with the videos. Johto does have crybaby gym leaders, you're not wrong. Now, we were able to one-shot Peskeon. I wonder how many shots it's going to be on Umbreon. 2-shot, I will take. One-shot Vaporeon, probably going to one-shot the Jolteon here. Oh, I love Rage, but we are past the point of Rage's usefulness. Rage is really good for the first 3 gyms, and then it drops off. Welcome in, Urban Huntsman. I hope you're having a great day today. I like to think that the regions do act as countries. I think that would make sense. Whether the first 4 regions, so Johto, Kanto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn, are all different countries, or if they're just regions of the same country, though, would be up for debate. Now, normally I'd be lamenting the fact that we don't learn Strength. However, we've got Tri-Attack, and that's just Strength with bonuses. Not sure if we'd have one-shot that Noctowl without the crits, but I will absolutely take the one-shot on the Noctowl. I'm not that au fait with the geography of Hoenn, so I wouldn't be able to say for sure. Yes, Tri-Attack does have its additional chances, so you can burn, freeze, or paralyze with Tri-Attack. Although I'm hoping not to see it too often, because I'm hoping that Tri-Attack will just KO. I love this bird. It's been a while since I've properly been bird keeper squidgy, but I can definitely see me running a bunch of birds at the moment. I can't remember where that trade is. I do know it's a thing. I can't remember who or what trades the Dodrio. Whoop, didn't mean to jump over that ledge. Got a little bit too excited there, going into the burn tower. Because we don't really do trades in challenge runs, that kind of detail gets lost on me. I got the read on you, Mr. Rival. I thought you'd swap. Oh, I'm proud of myself for that read. So I was going to go for Peck, and I thought, no, there's a high chance he's going to send out his Magnemity first. Oh, actually, I do want to go and grab this HP up while we have the repel steps. It is always satisfying when you can predict the AI. Now, it would have been nice to have Drill Peck for this gym. Is Mindy the one that trades you the Haunter with the Everstone? If she is, she can get in the bloody bin. She's up in Sinnoh somewhere, isn't she? Absolute scumbag play by Game Freak. They knew what they were doing there. It definitely was a middle finger to anyone who didn't have either a second device or knew people with the game. Mintberry was surplus to requirements there. Damageless Morty. Fog Badge in 22:38. I'd be all for Trade Evos being retconned, or just do what they did in Legends Arceus. Thank you, Urban Huntsman, for subscribing over on Switch with Prime. That is incredibly kind of you. And you got the Shuckle animation. I love that Shuckle one. Welcome in, Shadowman X. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. From a purely business perspective, Trade Evos are a stroke of genius. From the player side, though, they're terrible. Thoughts on the DLC news? I'm not enthused, honestly. It feels like money grabbing before they've even started with the game. We will risk an encounter in those 5 steps. I am wondering, you know, about the viability of Hidden Power Water with this Pokemon. I didn't have much interest in the new game to begin with, when it seemed like it wasn't following the Legends Arceus way of playing. And that interest has just waned and waned since. Should have a single repel left. We'll move the supers up to tippy top spot now. I just can't believe they're, first of all, hiding megas behind paywalls, and secondly, having timed exclusive megas. It feels like their way of getting revenge for being so kind, as they would think about it, in Legends Arceus. And now we are ready for Chuck. He is our 5th gym leader together today. He is a fighting type specialist who leads with Primeape. I don't drink hot drinks. I do have a bottle of pop next to me though. We've paralysed the Poliwrath. And we grow to level 34. Very easy gym battle. That gives us access to fly. Let's grab some bits that we'll need for the rest of this run. Rare candy. Another rare candy. We'll get the PP up today as well. No, get off the water. Meant to get the nugget and the rare candy. I think it is in the Pokédex that the heads fight each other. I'd rather Chuck's wife gave us fly to begin with. I suppose that would make it a little bit unbalanced though. Oh, I always like a good freebie. When things take longer than they say they will. Drill Peck's going to be fairly big for this Pokemon. Playing it risky by taking on Jasmine next. But I'm hoping we'll be absolutely fine. Well, we one-shot the Magnemite, so we're not getting paralysed. And we've crit the Steelix. Oh no, we spoke too soon. Magnemite are not a risk at all. It was Screech landing that causes the issue there. And it should be a 50-50 for Screech landing. We are getting BS'd here. What's my favourite Pokemon? Probably Raticate. Although I do love Ursaring as well. I know I'm being stubborn here. And we should be going elsewhere. Yes, I do like a Alolan Rattata. They don't exist in this game, but they don't battle you in Gen 4. Crystal's definitely my favourite game's challenge run. I really am thinking about the viability of Hidden Power Water, you know, for this run. Because that would give us an answer to very, very pesky Pokemon. Like Blue's Rhydon, for instance. Because at the moment we've got nothing great for Rhydon. Because we still have super effective against Jazz's Steelix. I reckon we do Hidden Power Water after this. Welcome in, Dan. The run's been a bit of a hot mess so far, but probably going to end up doing Dodrio twice today. If I've got the energy. I moved up into my new office yesterday, and it was 3 hours of lugging things up very, very big stairs. Thoughts on the new Mega Pokemon? They're a bit of a mixed bag, aren't they? I do like the new Mega Malamar, though. I think the inspiration for that design is genius. I'm not 100% sure I spoke to her, so I'm going to double check. No elevators. Where are the elevators? We have no elevators in here. There are, I've never seen them. Have a little nibble on a Zubat to begin with. Try attack on the Raticate. No elevators because it's a two-story building. I forget that real life exists sometimes. And that we're not just talking about going up and down the stairs in game. I'm literally about 6 meters directly above where I used to be. 6 meters? Probably about 4 meters actually, with 6 if you take the angle. I'm in the same building, I've just moved upstairs. Finally got round to clearing the space in here. Been meaning to do it for a while. That does open up the option of me streaming whenever now, as opposed to having to stream in the daytime because the room's shared. I think we can all agree that real life is just a figment of our collective imaginations. I've been living in Kim's mad world for the last 27, 28 months. Longest 27, 28 months of my bloody life. I know I'll never get those months back, even though I've tried doing a charge back to you for them. Let's take on a price, get the Glacier badge. This is going to be our 7th badge. We always take a little bit of a break after 7 badges. Especially after lugging everything yesterday, I do need a bit of a stretch. Aurora Beam will hurt, but it always will hurt. We get Drill Peck though. Surviving on 1? Surviving on 1? We are playing close to the edge with this. We are playing with fire. 34, 54, 51 for the Glacier badge. One HP is all we need. This is a Pokemon where we very much play living on the edge a lot of the time, though. I remember the Gligar challenge. I think I recorded that. Was that the last run, or one of the last runs of last year? I wanted to cry at Price. We've spent years mocking him. And then he got his revenge all at once when I ran Gligar. I think their logic is that Jasmine doesn't have any gym trainers. And she's only got Magnemite as opposed to 2 fully evolved Pokemon. I love little weird strats like that where, because of the limitations of the hardware, going in at low HP saves time. Didn't mean to pick up the Nevermelt Ice. We'll grab the PP up though. Raikou! We're supposed to be on a rappel here. We will do our vitamin shop now, and then we shall take a very quick 3-minute break. Because my legs are starting to hurt. Been sat in one position too long. I know Raikou's 40 and we're 38. I was making a bit about wearing a rappel. And so we shouldn't get encounters, and we aren't expecting encounters. Let's dump all of these into our bird. The most jacked up bird this side of Kanto at the moment. Let's get ourselves return as well. Raikou wants to be our friend and then gets anxious and terrified and leaves. He's like me in real life. Let's pause the timer. It's 38:17. I'm going to take a very quick stretch break. There will be adverts playing on Switch on YouTube. I won't click the advert button. I will catch you all in 3 minutes time at around about 1:45. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience. I did forget to hydrate though, so I'm just going to have a very quick sip of drink. 3-litre bottle of Pepsi Max today. I'll tell you what, I went through so much hydration yesterday and getting everything moved. Should we unpause the timer and get this run to completion? Unpausing at 38:17. Let us do the rocket section. Aren't we the privileged ones? I really, really wish that speed meant something when it comes to priority moves. I'm trying to make a habit as well of speaking to every trainer, as opposed to letting them spot us, because I reckon that will be a bit of a time save. I say that and I let this guy just wander up to us. Although it is more practical when you're on the bike, because you move quicker than the trainers do. Speed is important mostly at red in this challenge, but that's because of Pikachu's charm. And the Quick Claw can easily negate that, because you have a 23% chance of attacking first anyway. Did I pick up the PSN Cure Berry Bear? Cure Berry Bear? Cure Berry Azalea, I hope I did. No, I didn't. $70 is about the speed I look for and think, yeah, we should be fine at red, providing we're not in slow. Probably not going to one-shot this Weezing. I kept hold of Swift this long just in case we got smoke screened by it. But that was not the case today. It was actually a very, very pleasant top of Radio Tower battle. We're using Elixir now as well. We can't read, we're going in anyway. This is Rival 4. Should be fine. Hidden Power's still doing its work against the Magnemite line there. I reckon he's just waiting in the shadows. Because it's canon that he hates Team Rocket, but I think it's also canon that he's a bit of a wimp. It's either that or Lance has told him that we've been dealing with Team Rocket, so he thinks it's inevitable we'll come down here. Maybe Lance is an informant. Is Lance a mole? We could psychoanalyze the heck out of the rival in this game. Like, he's clearly bitter at Team Rocket because Giovanni's his father. But at the same time, he probably doesn't want to harm them in any way. I know, a daytime stream key, it's very, very uncommon recently. I'm on normal hours for now. Unfortunately, I've been asleep when you've been doing your evenings. Been trying to leave lurks. When I'm half asleep, when the melatonin's kicking in, I've dragged myself to the PC to put a lurk tab up for you. Bit of one drill pecking there. Tri-attack will just do the job as well. I like it when a schedule becomes more of a suggestion than a reality. I don't know who they are, Deadpool, so I'll just blindly agree. He does start to believe Lance, doesn't he? In the Mahogany speech. Yes, MHA. I'm intimately familiar with MHA. What's MHA? Not a clue. I'm not cultured. Let's dump a couple more of these in. I've got to be honest, since YouTube became a thing, so what was that, nearly 20 years ago exactly now actually, I've rarely watched anything other than YouTube. I love this bird. One-shotting Golbat with a lower powered physical move. Shouldn't have any issues in this battle. In fact, it's just a giant waste of our time, this entire radio tower section. Clear Bell will ignore that as well. We are terrible protagonists when we do challenge runs, because we ignore every storyline beat. I find it really hard to focus on scripted programs these days. Most of my free time now is just watching all sorts of nonsense on YouTube, the occasional Twitch stream, and a hell of a lot of Minecraft content. Well, I am obsessed with the Life series. I'm obsessed with this new Vampires series that's come out with an excellent cast. By the way, if you're seeing the card pack opening on screen and you want to get involved, that's something you can do over on Twitch. Kind of autopiloted our way to Claire here as well. I think Return might be a little bit overkill on the Dragonair here, but it's our top move. Agility I don't think we need. Ooh, close but no banana to the one shot. It was a range. We just low rolled first time. I found that a painful clear because it turned out to be a bloomin' range. I really, really want to run this with Hidden Power Water as well now. Rising Badge in 48-48. I think water will answer a lot of the questions that's going to come up later in this challenge. Because there's only so much we can do by brute forcing with return. And I mean, we can do a lot with brute forcing with return. It's mostly rock and steel types that are going to cause us issues. Probably do have to keep Mud Slap. We'll do Jazz later on. If we run Hidden Power Water. So the routing would change slightly. We don't get earthquakes, so we don't need to go down there. I reckon we could be on something with Hidden Power Water. We shall have to see. Making mincemeat here of the rival. We're even one-shotting the Feraligatr. We'll get 4 full restores, and we'll take on Will. First League member, Psychic type specialist, leads with Xatu. Jinx has no defense, so she's going to go away. Slowbro swears at us, but it's not enough. And Xatu also makes like a tree and leaves. Or was that the Executor? 5203 for Will. Koga's next. Hidden Power Fire is useful rather, for that fortress. Koga's down. Bruno's next. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better burn. He did screw us over a little bit by setting up a sandstorm. But the burn is definitely what saved this battle from being a lot worse than it could have been. It was not daring at all to return the Machamp. It was fine. See, we one-shot Umbreon. I know what I'm doing with Dodrio. It's not very often I will say I know what I'm doing, but I definitely know what I'm doing with this Dodrio. I actually think the pink bow is putting in the work here. We even one-shot Dragonite with return. Wonder if it'll be a one-shot on the 50. Rock Slide missed. Okay, so it is a range on the 50, that's fine. Lance is defeated. Let's get our Hall of Fame time and we'll have a look at the midpoint leaderboard. Definitely had some luck there. I don't think it affected the time too greatly. But it definitely turned a couple of battles in our favour more so than they already were. So our last split for the midpoint leaderboard puts us in 10th place. I'm happy with that so far. Should bring this run to its completion now. I'm pausing at 55:19. Let's get this one to the end. Say the standing here being fairly meaningless. One metal coat, we might end up using that. And we're going to grab this rare candy from the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. We probably won't do Surge first in our Hidden Power Water run, but we can absolutely do Surge first now. Yeah, I'm thinking it might give us a better chance of doing damage against the Rhydon. Surge is trivial with Hidden Power Fire, mind you. Erica's next. If we do Surge, say, straight after Blaine, Returnal one-shot Magneton, no issue at all. It's probably borderline even now at level 59, level 60. We'll just be able to guarantee the one-shot if we do it later. I can't remember if Water gives us slightly better attacking DVs than Fire, or if they're the same. After we've done this run, I'll have a quick check. So I've not had to manually set DVs for well over a year now. I kind of forget which is which. I think it might be the same, and Water gives us slightly better defensive DVs. We did do a ride-on run as a video a very long time ago. We've never streamed ride-on together. That was an evolving run, the ride-on run. I seem to remember getting walled at Rival 2 for far longer than I care to admit in that one. We've not done Bayleaf on its own. We've done Chikorita evolving through to Meganium. Oh, you're talking about the Rival Doi. It was either Bayleaf, or I think I did give it Bayleaf. And it was Razor Leaf Critical Hit City. You will have to excuse my lack of brain power today and misunderstanding things. It was a very long day yesterday. I'm going to very quickly pause the timer here, get myself readjusted in my chair. And I also need to get my guide up for Flashless Rock Tunnel. There we go, that's better. So I'm not going to pick up Stillwind quite yet. We'll go through Rock Tunnel first. I really hope you feel better soon, Metal Hammer. I think there's something going around again. Dodrio ain't doing too badly at all, really. Definitely think we could do even faster than what we are now. But for a first warm-up attempt, when I'm this tired, I'm not going to complain. I'd like to be doing Sabrina sub-hour. I definitely got caught by a case of the old stubbornness on parts of this run. Now, lately, I've had a nasty habit of forgetting to pick up the machine part after beating up Misty. So I must remember to do it on this run. I really don't like Nugget Bridge. Fills me with sadness. At least we're through it for this run. Now I must remember the machine part after this battle. Level 64 required, Misty goes down, Cascade badge, 104.27, machine parts acquired. I've early repelled there. Supposed to repel at the water. I'd love for this bird to learn to zap the cannon as well. That would make the run an awful lot of fun. Why the heck am I teleporting? You do a bit of menuing where you don't normally menu and suddenly everything goes out of whack. Let's take on Brock. This one could be fairly tricky. First Steel Wing miss of the challenge. So a little bit of brute force is needed for Brock, but that's not as terrible as I thought it would be, actually. Welcome in, Royal Cayman. I hope you're doing very, very well today. Let's take on Blaine. Crit definitely massive there. Blaine defeated Volcano Badge in 107.51. And now we are at Blue, final gym leader of this particular Dodrio challenge. Pidgeot goes down in 1. Sandstorm is annoying. There we go. We've got rid of the Sandstorm, got Rain instead. Blue is down. Let's have a little chat with Oak. And let us go to Silver Cave to take on Red. On the bike we go. Blooming menuing is terrible today. Feel like I need to go back to menuing lessons. There we go, we are through Silver Cave for another run. And it is now time for Red. Should we see how we get on? One shot the Pikachu, we're in no doubt of that anyway. Two shot the Blastoise and he goes for Rain Dance. We one shot the Peskeon. Two shot on the Snorlax. And he's paralysed us. What a dick. He's supposed to go for Amnesia there. It's like such a low chance that he'll go for Body Slam. And he's done it again. The absolute nonsensory from that Snorlax. Let's hope this time he goes for amnesia. We need the amnesia so that we don't get hit by body slams, so that we can then survive a flamethrower from Zard. And we've been burnt. I feel like the game really screwed us over at Red there. We got the defeated text at 1:12:42. So let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. Still for a stream, we're in our top 10. 3 tries for Red there. I think, maybe, yeah, I think it was 3, maybe 4. What about overall streaming? Still in the top 10 for overall streaming. So overall not the absolute worst, but I still think we can do a lot better. And if we take a look at the overall leaderboard once this has cycled through, this includes prereqs as well then. We are going to do Dodrio again because I really like the idea of running it with Hidden Power Water. And this is the overall leaderboard. I like how we're consistent with Porygon 2 on that overall leaderboard. Sub 110 is absolutely possible. Done it before off stream. I actually did the maths when I got all of the leaderboards together. And the actual delay for streaming, like the difference in an average video run and a stream run, is exactly 5 minutes. So there is always going to be a bit of a handicap because of being live. Because my brain isn't just focused on the challenge. Anyway, I'm going to take a very, very quick break now. Get us all set up for Dodrio number 2. I shall see you all in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. Got the next Dodrio all set up. We're running Hidden Power Water on this one. Gonna see if it makes any difference at all. I do just want to double check the DVs for Hidden Power Water before we get going, because that will determine a couple of bits of how I play. But the site doesn't seem to be loading. Which is incredibly annoying. The one time I need the site, when we are live, it's gone down. I will check it the old-fashioned way instead via Gamehook. 1413 for our DVs. I think Fire had much lower than that, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, we'll get on with the run. We'll see what happens. It's rare I run the same Pokemon back-to-back. But I feel like Dodrio deserves a much better run than the one we just gave it. All the encounters early game as well on this one. I'm actually happy getting encounters on this route though, because they're mostly bug type. So we're able to one-shot with Peck. And here we are again, back at Rival 1. Good movement there. No, we don't want to learn how to catch Pokemon. We're fine. We will take the Ladybird. It's free experience. I'd be terrified if I was a bug type and I saw this very angry three-headed chicken coming at me. Always take a Hoppip. We'll do Wade again. Press the wrong button there. This isn't Falconer, this is Abe. And then this is Rod. This is Falconer, however. Didn't get the two-shot on the Pidgey this time, which is a little bit annoying. But we are through Falconer, Zephyr Badge in 4:31. Get that just in case of Jasmine shenanigans. Falconer's Mud Slap is the single most annoying thing about the openings of this challenge. This is fairly free experience, so we might as well do it. Nice crit there. Let's catch Kenya. I suppose Game Freak's excuse for giving him Mud Slap is you can't get an electric type that early on in game. If Execute got Skill Link, it would turn it from, quite frankly, a terrible Pokemon into a slightly less terrible Pokemon. Execute isn't great. Now, Urban Huntsman, you did subscribe over on Twitch, so I shall call this side up after you. Can only put in Urban, though, unfortunately. I don't think you can get the sheep until after Falconer. Fairly certain the route's locked off. I could imagine a Mega Dodrio as well. Mega Dodrio is something that would make me actually want to get Legends. Mega of any of the birds, to be fair. Fury attack, no thank you. My only issue with Megas is that some Megas should clearly just be regular evolutions. Into our second gym. It's lovely to one-shot that B-drill. Let's now take on Bugsy, second gym leader. Bug-type specialist who leads with Metapod. That was a crit and it did nothing. $9.39 for the Hive badge. Arrival 2 time. Meant to use Peck there. Pressed the wrong direction on my controller. Made no real difference to the battle though. Still got through very easily. Scyther doesn't know what hit it really. It's so used to things being knocked out by Fury Cutter that when something intimidates it, it doesn't know what to do. And there's our Abra for the run. A snap-a-bubble. I do like one-shotting Magmar. It's very satisfying. bucket loads of experience from that Kadabra there. Into the underground we go. We'll take on these semi-mandatory trainers. We don't have to take them on now, but it's better to, for PP purposes. Favourite starter overall, definitely Rowlet. I adore that line. Into gym number 3. Whitney time. We've frozen the cow. I love Tri-Attack. Blaziken's cool. I like Fuecoco as well. I've got a soft spot for the Quaxley line though, I've got to be honest. I know it's not everyone's favourite, but I like it. It's nice to see the Kimono Girls becoming trivial for once. We'll take on Norman before he swapped identities and moved to Hoenn, became a normal type gym leader. Popplio line is definitely underrated. I think the trouble with the Popplio line is it came out with 2 very hard-hitting fire and grass type lines. So I think Rowlet is probably the most popular grass-type starter of them all. And there are definitely people who like the Litten line. Sprigatito's definitely gone up there in popularity, but I think even more people still like Rowlet. Because Sprigatito is a little bit divisive. I don't see that kind of division around Rowlet. That's my thoughts exactly, Royal Cayman, about Rowlet. I would put my life on the line for Rowlet. I get that with Meowscarada being compared to Delphox. They are definitely very similarly coded. Even though they are different in the sense that one is a magician as opposed to an actual magical being, they're still very similarly coded. Let's take on Morty. I definitely get that with the later gens. I played a lot of Gen 6, so those Pokemon stick in my head. But Gen 8 and Gen 9 especially are a little bit fuzzy for me. I find a lot of the later gens just don't have that same replayability for me. Yeah, there are over 1,000 Pokemon now, aren't there? Bloody loads of them. There's TM10, Hidden Power. We shall teach that later. Just realised we didn't need to do that heal. Got the secret potion for Jazz later on. And now it is time for Chuck, our 5th gym leader together. Fighting type specialist, lives here in Cianwood. Leads with Primeape. And that was Chuck, all defeated very easily. Storm Badge in 25:39. Into the hideout we go. I know the fact that Lance actively attempts to murder anyway somebody is a little bit ludicrous. Fairly certain that could get him sued by Team Rocket. In fact, if they'd sued Lance, maybe they could then afford to have kept on operations past these games. Didn't get quick attacks by this Raticate this time. Very nice to see. One shot on the Arbok, one shot on the Murkrow. There'll be a one shot on the Vileplume as well. We'll pick up the Mystic Water. I've never really paid enough attention to that sprite to know. Misclicked there. Time for price. Almost drill pack time. Not quite drill pack time yet though, unfortunately. Price is down. Glacier badge acquired. Yeah, now we have Drill Pack 2 equivalent 135 power moves on the learn set at the moment, when you factor in stab and the badge boosts. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Nice and easy jazz. We did jazz 6th last time as opposed to 7th. And I put in some calcium early in this run. Just to try and make it as painless as possible. So many goodies to pick up in the ice path. No Raikou this time either. Right, we are at 7 badges. I'm going to take one last break for the stream now. Pausing the timer properly at 36:32. I shall be back at around about 10 past to take this run to completion. I just realised my microphone was muted. Thank you so much for your patience there. We shall take Dodrio over the line. Hopefully this radio tower won't last too long either. Strange seeing Mudslap so late in the challenge. It is definitely like kryptonite to the Magnemite line. We're going to be holding on to it for quite some time, I reckon. The millions of coughing trainer is now gone. Let's take on rival number 4. There we go. They could easily have condensed all of these trainers into just a smaller pack of higher level trainers. And then even the burglars, who are the only alternate trainer class down here, still run coughing, one of Team Rocket's favourites. Thank you for popping in, Urban Huntsman. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch as well. Have a lovely, lovely sleep. I'm sure we'll catch up very soon. Bloody hell, lost where I was going then for a second. Let's finish off Radio Tower once and for all. Final rocket of the stream. I am very glad they're done and dusted for another one. They're so blooming tedious. I do love one-shotting Dragonair with return, though. It's very satisfying. This is Claire, by the way. Final gym leader of Johto. Dragon-type specialist. Also specialises in getting one shot by a bird. Or is it 3 birds? How many birds does Dodrio count as? I am thinking about coding in Rocketless to the challenge run base. So I might make the question for that be, oh, is Team Rocket your problem? And we get our final Johto badge in 46-48. Penultimate call from Elm there. I do feel like there's an on-running theme in Pokemon of the adults in the universe being completely incompetent. Like, it's always down to a child to fix the national, if not global, issues. And let's take on the final rival battle. This time he's leading with Sneasel. Magneton goes down. And there goes Golbat. Got Drill Peck for Haunter. Might as well continue Drill Pecking on the Kadabra. And we one-shot the Feraligatr. That is true of a lot of children's media, you're not wrong. And into the league we go. First league members will. Psychic type specialist. Leads with his own bird, Azatu. But our bird is better. Jinx stands no chance. Burn the Slowbro. Get rid of that Xatu. Guaranteed one shot on Executor. Koga's next. I meant to stick on the pink bow, and I completely forgot. Bruno's third. We'll Drill Peck this time for safety, because we don't have the Sandstorm damage. And now it's Karen. Good start there against the Umbreon. Karen's down. It's time for Lance, the liar with the flyers. He's going to lead with Gyarados. Always happy to one-shot those. Locks into Outrage, and we win. 52-49 for Lance's split. It's probably a two-shot with any move, really, but still did enough to get us through. 53-06 through the Hall of Fame this time. Let's take a look at the midpoint leaderboard. I reckon that's a much, much, much fairer reflection of Dodrio. Let's take this one over the line now. One metal coat acquired. Not that we'll need it this time. Now these splits might lie in Kanto now. Eric time. Heroes, that was Erica. Janine's next. Janine, of course, our Nepo baby gym leader. Everyone's favourite pushover. She tries her best. Just her best isn't usually very good. I've got myself lost here. I'm going to dig out. I'm going to do that again. Still getting used to flashless. I'll unpause the timer when we're back in that same room. What the heck is going on today? There we go. Sometimes you just get yourself disorientated in there. At least we're through. Though we are paying the price. Three one-shots for Sabrina. One last slog of the stream now with Nugget Bridge. Finally through Nugget Bridge after this guy. Misty time. One hour and 57 seconds for the Cascade badge. Brock time. Part of the reason why we have Hidden Power Water is because of Brock. I think that Kabutops has crit us both times, actually. And now it's time for Blaine. Penultimate gym leader this time is Surge, electric type specialist. Leads with Raichu. I love the power of this bird, one-shotting Magneton with return. I know. It is ludicrous, this bird. Time for blue. No need to worry about ride-on shenanigans this time. Is there anything that can stand in this bird's way? Actually, no, I won't do that strat. I was going to get a berry, but I've decided against it last minute. So I'd rather have the pink bow. It really is a great bird. Let's get to it. Let's try red. Good start. No burn this time. That was 107.59 when Pokemon Trainer Red was defeated. Came up on screen. Let's take a look at where that puts us. Well, that's wrong. There we go. Oh my god, we're tied with Flamigo. To the second. There is nothing splitting Dodrio and Flamigo on that leaderboard. All of them, well, both Dodrio and Flamigo are within 12 seconds of having a stream PB as well. I'm happy with that one. Was that resetless as well, actually? I think it was. We're getting pretty good at resetless. Do you remember back in the day when it used to be such a special occasion? I think Vaporeon was our first ever resetless run. And now we are getting more and more. I'd say a solid 20% of our runs are resetless. And a good 30 to 40% are 0 to 4 resets. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard now. I'm doing ties as the more recent run goes lower. Because in theory, I'm more experienced. So a quicker time now is less impressive than a quicker time in the past, if that makes sense. Because in theory, I should be getting quicker and quicker with every run that I do. So that's how I'm doing tie breaks. I'll leave it up to your fair judgment whether you think that's the right or wrong thing to do, but that's the way I think about it anyway. And it could just be me putting oodles of pressure on myself. Anyway, with that, I think we are done for the day. Had a lot of fun with this Dodrio challenge. If you do want to see more, make sure you are subscribed. If you have enjoyed the stream, please do click the like. Thank you to Joking Alpaca and to Urban Huntsman for joining the HM Friends. Thank you to Kim for being a HM friend for 26 months as well. I will be back very, very soon with yet more stream challenges. Don't forget, videos are coming back in October. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. I'll catch you all very, very soon.